me, like all of you have got in your textbooks, you have gone through the textbooks. Can somebody tell me what is the first atomic model that is mentioned in your textbook? Atomic model is basically what the scientist thinks the atom looks like. Just the way you guys drew your imagination of the atom, many scientists did their imagination of the atom, and we are learning about that in the textbook. And in the last class, we did the group wise thing. So anybody who is there, if you can, yes, Lakshmi, you have unmuted yourself. Would you like to answer? Or somebody else? In your textbook, if you can check and see what is the first atomic model that the textbook is mentioning.
Didi,
Yes.
Didi, can you say loudly?
Oh, you can't hear me?
Oh.
Okay, I will use my earphones then. Give me 1 second. I'll also keep my video off. Maybe that's why. Sorry. Give me a sec, okay? All right. Huh. Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, so can somebody check the textbook and tell me? Okay, it's fine. We'll move forward. I will remind you what is there. But guys, make sure your textbooks are next to you so you can refer to it whenever I'm speaking. Okay. The first one is Dalton's atomic model. Very good, Shreya. She went to the textbook and found it. So Dalton, basically, he found this long back. Okay, he was quite, he found this in guys, I'm getting distracted because somebody is not on mute. Could you please mute? I think you, after a break, you have forgotten the rules, but please be on mute. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, so back in 1800 is very long time ago. It was the time when electricity was being discovered only. And this person, Dalton, he came up with the atomic model, which is, okay, I will explain the model to you using an example. So imagine you have in one hand, you have a laddu, okay, and in the other hand you have a solid ball, okay, solid ball like this one. This is the ball. Okay, what happens when you crush the laddu? When you do this to the laddu, what will happen? I would love somebody who has not yet answered to answer this question. Sapna, tell me, no, what will happen if I take a laddu and do this? Yeah, I would like somebody to come off mute and tell me. I'm seeing the chats. Thank you so much for answering on the chat. Yes. Sapna, could you tell me what you think will happen? All right, I can see Shivam has raised his hand. Shivam, would you like to speak?
It will get in little piece.
Very good. So it will. Yes, it will get broken up into many different pieces. But if you take a solid ball and you crush that, what will happen to it? It's a very strong ball. Will anything happen? Yeah, thank you, Shivam. So that's what Dalton's model of the atom was. It was like a solid ball. Okay, he said all atoms are like a solid ball which you cannot break. It's an unbreakable piece or a sphere. Okay, sphere means a circular thing. Okay, so this was what Dalton said the atom was, and that was his model. Okay, and that's what it looks like.
Can you repeat?
Sure. So Dalton said the atom is an unbreakable sphere. Okay, it's like a ball which cannot be broken. Right? That is Dalton's model of the atom, and he was one of the first people to discover the shape of the atom. Right? To speak about the shape of the atom. So this was his theory. Right? Then beyond that, the next person was Thomson. The next scientist who spoke about the atom was Thomson. Now, Thomson said, see, there is something called electricity. So where is that coming from? Some negative charge is there. So that's where electricity is coming from. And every atom has some negatively charged particles called dash. Do you guys remember what this is? Put it in the chat. Thomson said in every atom there are some negatively charged particles called dash. What are the negatively charged particles? We have learned this in the last class and before that also. Negative charge. Put it in the chat, please. Shreya, I can see your hand raised. You can put it in the chat. I'll repeat the question, okay? So Thomson said, Thomson improved on the model which Dalton came up with, right? Dalton said it's a ball. Thomson said in the ball there are these small particles which are negatively charged and they are called dash. What are they called? Come on guys, you know this. It starts with E.
Didi,
Okay.
can I tell?
Oh, okay, wait. Who all have raised their hands? Yes, Ankita and Satyam, one of you guys. Very good, Rohan.
Yes, electricity.
No,
Electron.
the particles. Electricity is the flow of particles, but what is the particle called? I can see the answer being sent to me on chat. So thank you so much, Mehak Sheikh, Rohan, Mary Lakshmi, and Khushi. So the answer, and Ayush, the answer is electrons. So very, very good. Thomson said electrons are there in the atom. But now there is one problem. If electrons are there in the atom, then shouldn't everything have a negative charge, right? Everything in the world should have a negative charge, right? So how did he solve that problem? For that, he came up with a model. Okay. Have you guys seen this? Do you know what this is? What is this?
No, Didi.
You have not seen this?
Not Didi.
Okay, so this is something that we have in Christmas time. Okay, I don't know if it's there in
Cake?
Mumbai. Yes, it's a type of cake and it's called a plum cake. Okay, and it's also called a plum pudding, right? So it's a cake with raisins. Okay, raisins is dried grapes and nuts inside it. Okay, so Thomson's model is named after the plum pudding model. Okay, plum pudding is something that we have during Christmas time. And it's called plum pudding model because it looks like a plum pudding. Okay, this is his model. He said it's okay, it's a ball, it's a sphere, understood, but there's also negative charges in it and there is an equal number of positive charges in it. So what are these positive charges? We said that electrons are the negative charges. What are the positive charges? You guys know this. Thomson said, I'll repeat, I'm sorry, it's very fast, I know. Thomson said it's like a plum pudding. Okay, the atom looks like a plum pudding. The raisins are the negative charges and the nuts are the positive charges, and it's distributed evenly in the atom. Okay, atom ke andar it is just evenly distributed, equal number of negative and positive charges. And what are these positive charges called? Very good, Gulsabha. They are called protons, right? They're called protons. So electrons and protons are equally inside the ball, which is called the atom, and this is called the plum pudding model. Yeah. So now we have, sorry. So now we have learned two models. What are they? Can somebody explain the two models that we just learned? Just quickly in one sentence. Sahil, would you like to try? Or somebody else? Okay, anybody else who has not answered yet?
Didi, can you repeat your question?
Okay, my question was, we now in this class, we have spoken about two models of the atom. One is by Dalton and the other one is by Thomson. What were these models? How did they describe these models? Yeah, Sanjana, I think you can answer.
Didi, atomic model?
No, I'm saying what were the models that they came up with. Shall I repeat the models? I'll explain it one more time. Okay. Listen carefully, okay? So we learned two models. One was Dalton's atomic model, which is this circular sphere. It's an unbreakable sphere. That is the atom, okay? There's nothing else. It's just a ball called the atom. That is Dalton's model, okay? Then after that, Thomson came up with the plum pudding model. जिसमें there are equal number of protons and electrons like plum inside the pudding. Okay, so these are the two models that we have learned. Is that clear? Does anyone have any doubts so far? Okay, thank you.
No doubt, Didi.
Thank you, Gulsaba.
No doubt, Didi.
Sorry?
No doubt.
No doubts. Okay. All right. So then we will now move forward to the next model, which is slightly different from these two. And this was done by a man called Rutherford. Okay. So what Rutherford did was he did an experiment. Now this is this experiment helped him to figure out what the atom might look like. What he did was he took a particle emitter. So a particle emitter is like a, it's like a, you guys know these laser guns, no? You take a gun and there's like a laser coming out of it. So he took that, and from instead of laser, what came out was something called alpha particles. Okay, so alpha particles are positively charged particles. Okay, they're like protons, but they're different from protons. They're bigger than protons. They're called alpha particles, and he sent those alpha particles straight at a piece of gold. Okay, a very thin piece of gold he kept, and then he shot some alpha particles onto the gold plate. So yeah, now what he expected to see was, okay, I have made some drawings, but what he expected to see was these alpha particles will go and hit the positive charge and come back, because positive charge and positive charge will repel each other, right? They will hit and move back, right? So he expected that all these alpha particles will go hit the positive charge, which is distributed on the gold foil on the atom, and it will come back. But what he actually saw, what did he actually see from this picture? You can tell me. Mehak, would you like to guess what he saw? He was shooting these alpha particles onto a piece of gold, a thin piece of gold. He thought that all of the particles will get reflected, but what actually happened is shown in this picture. You can guess and tell me what you think actually happened. The green thing is alpha particle and the yellow thing is the gold piece. It's okay, no problem if you don't understand. He saw that most of the alpha particles went straight through it. Okay, it just went inside and came out through the other side. Okay, why do you think this happened? Why do you think he shot the positive charge particles onto the gold foil and everything went through it? Like went through it and went out through the other side. Why do you think this happened? You can take a guess.
We did not understanding.
Acha, okay. Imagine this is a gold foil, okay? It's a gold foil, piece of gold. He shot the positive charges onto the gold foil. He thought maybe the particles will hit the other positive particles and come back, okay? But what actually happened was the particles hit it and went through and came out through the other side. Okay, why do you think this happened? You can take a guess. Vaishnavi, would you like to take a guess? Or Khushi and Ayush, do you want to take a guess? Why did the particles go through the foil instead of coming back? Sanjana, you wanted to say something, you can go ahead. ठीक है, all right. So I'll go ahead and tell you the answer. Okay. Oh, I'm getting some chats. All right, all right. I'm getting some guesses. Good try, but I'll tell you what happened. What actually happened is he found out that the atom has a lot of empty space in it. Okay. And the alpha particles went through because there's a lot of empty space. I'll show you what that might look like. So imagine this is the gold foil that he thought. If this was the gold foil, it would have hit and come back. But what actually happened is there's a lot of gap. Okay, there's a lot of gap between inside the atom. So what happens? The alpha particles went straight through and came out to the other side. Yeah, is that clear? The alpha particles came here and came out to the other side. So he found out atom mein there is a lot of empty space. Okay, and all the weight of the atom is concentrated in one small point called the nucleus. What is it called, Anjali? There's one small point where all the weight of the atom is concentrated called the nucleus. Could you repeat what I just said, Anjali? What is happening? Guys, I would like to see all of your videos, please, if you can. If you can switch on the videos. Yeah, cool. Thanks, Mehak and Sanjana and Mary and Lakshmi. Okay, so I'll just repeat what I was saying. So what Rutherford said was, atom में पूरा empty space है और center में एक very heavy particle is there called the nucleus और nucleus के अंदर है सब positive charges. Okay, nucleus के अंदर पूरा protons है और nucleus positive charge है. तो इसमें जाके दो alpha particles will come back, but बाकी empty space के अंदर alpha particles will go to the other side. This is what he said. Or empty space में there are small negative charges called the electrons. Yeah, you can see the picture here. I'll explain it one more time. You see the red color here. If you can see the red dot, give me a thumbs up. You can see the red dot. Thank you, Pradeep. वो red dot का नाम है nucleus और nucleus के अंदर है positively charged particles called protons. ठीक है? If you guys can see the blue dots around it, can you give me a thumbs up? Blue dots around it. Good, thank you. Those blue dots are the negative charges and they are called electrons. Okay, so this is what Rutherford said. Baki pura empty space hai. This is what he said. Okay,